Hello, Leo. Welcome to your February reading. Thank you so much for being here. So happy to be here. I've been sick the past couple days. Sorry, I didn't get these out sooner. I'm working super hard. I don't know what's going on. My tongue is like all in a shambles. Getting these messages out. For some reason, like the language is the barrier. I talked about this with Gemini, so maybe you've heard me say this already. Like language is the barrier here. I wish that I could just energetically like kind of, beam you the information. Fortunately, I can't do that. So let's see what comes out. Let's see how this goes. I've been struggling with you guys a little bit. I don't know if it's an intensity thing. Are you going through a lot of intense stuff? I don't know if I'm feeling like such a yearning. And I think that's what's throwing me off is there's like this yearning and this passion to take your life to this whole new level. And I don't think it's fear that's holding you back. And I think that's maybe also why I'm getting confused. It's like, well, if you're not afraid, then what is it? Is it that you don't want to do it alone? Is it that you don't want, like, I don't know, or maybe you're just being paced. The universe is like, okay, take your time. Just vibe, just do what you got to do and I'll guide you and I'll show you. So, okay, well, here we get the High Priest, right? The Hierophant. And we get the Eight of Cups, both upright. High Priest is powerful because he speaks to us in a lot of different kind of ways. For you, it's soul level, of course. It's soul level for everybody. It's like that covenant and that promise that you made, that your soul made. I'm going to come to earth. I'm going to do certain things. And again, the nodes in your subconscious, you kind of don't really have an option. Like that purpose is really coming to the forefront of your existence. It's coming to the forefront of your life. And it's time for you to really step into that true authentic power. Because Leo is associated with the ego, right? And the ego is such a beautiful thing when it is used properly. And it can be so nasty when it's used negatively. Well, the High Priest knows what to do with his freaking ego, right? His ego is used to speak and to communicate. His ego is used to lead and to inspire and to motivate. His ego is a tool. I have a feeling that Leo has really been learning a lot about their ego the past couple months. What it is, how to use it, how to detach from it, how to recognize when it's at play, how to recognize when your awareness is sunk too far down into the ego. And because of this sort of learning process that's kind of been forced upon you, you've made great strides spiritually and in the world as well. And so now you know what it means to let your soul guide, and it, by all means, is guiding you. Eight of Cups. It is absolutely guiding you, and it is showing you the way. And I think you're operating from an extreme level of faith that might also be a little bit unnerving. Throwing your hands up and saying, I really trust life. Or God or source, right? I really trust this energy. That's hard for anyone, Aries through Virgo, right? The first house kind of stuff, even, 7th, 6th, counting backwards, I don't even know why. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th houses, right? Houses 1 through 10. The surrender is really hard for people with strong, placements like that. The 11th and 12th house people, or Aquarius, Pisces, they kind of are pretty good at throwing their hands up and saying, life is going to be okay. But, it can be, anyone can do it. Anyone can do that. But that's kind of the essence of those archetypes. 11th and 12th house archetypes is, I'm a part of something bigger than myself. And the sun coming through your opposite, Aquarius, yeah, it makes sense that that's sort of coming out for you. Well, if your soul's not speaking to you, then I don't know what else is happening, because your higher self is like full on knocking on your door. I don't think you have a lot of control here, if I'm being totally honest. The word desire just came to my mind. Your desire is the guiding light. I don't mean desire in terms of like, oh my God, I'm feeling so lonely. I really just wish someone would come over. So you booty call that ex. Not like that. But the desire of creation, the desire of learning, these are the desires that you need to pay attention to. What do you want to learn? What do you want to create? How do you want to express? How do you want to contribute to humanity? And pay attention to the yearning that's going on. Because the desire is the tool that the higher self, the soul, the future self instills in us to get us to where we need to be. Desire is a tool, just like our personality. It is not necessarily meant to be suppressed. You know, if you're trying to be a master, you're trying to be a sage, a high-level yogi or whatever, okay, fine, you need to separate yourself from your desire somehow. Do what you got to do. But for the rest of us, like, the desire is trying to take us somewhere. Okay? And we're all on our own path. We're all on our own journey. So your desires are going to be very unique to you and very unique to your life. I don't think there's an element of unruliness. If your life is like chaotic in some way, or you're feeling a little bit out of control, it's because you're not in control, right? It's up there. Your higher self is in the driver's seat right now, and there's just really not a lot you can do about it. Not that you should want to. You should be like, yeah, great. You know better than I do. And we get the card of Aquarius. So the archetypes that we're getting, okay, the Hierophant is Taurus, Chariot is Cancer, and the Star is Aquarius. This makes sense, obviously. I love the Star card no matter what, though, because it's an essence of alignment, connection, figuring out your place in the cosmos. There's a cleansing quality as well with the water being poured out, spirituality coming through. Also knowledge and remembering. See, the awakening is happening full force, globally and individually. And when the sun comes through and illuminates the world through the lens of Aquarius, we can't help but consider humanity and our place in humanity as well. And when we start thinking big like that, and we start thinking, okay, well, if I have a soul, and we start thinking the whole thing, right? Let's do this right now. Let's do it. If I have a soul, well, then humanity has a soul, and the earth has a soul, and the solar system, and every planet within it, and the galaxy, and the universe. And it's like the fractal, layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, the soul that exists within everything and everyone. And so when you start understanding intrinsically and go through that esoteric process of understanding the oneness to the best of our human ability, you start understanding how your decisions impact the world, the butterfly effect, right? And that's why I think the humbling of the 12th house activity is really important. And that's why the Hierophant and Chariot are coming out saying, I got this. Your soul's got this. Because your ability to contribute is going to be enhanced like 100-fold if you stop trying to drive the chariot. If you stop trying to do this thing and you let your soul take over, you're going to be able to do it so much better and so much harder and so much more amazing to many more people. You're going to reach more people. You're going to connect with more people. You're going to speak to more, like the whole thing. And that's really what's needing to happen right now. Take your hands off the wheel and have faith. Faith that the money's going to be there. Faith that love is in your life. Faith that whatever you need, you'll have it. And it's not like this solipsism thing of just like, oh, I'm just going to go meditate. Like, no, like you still go live your life. You still do the things you got to do. You meet the universe halfway or whatever. But the people that understand the power of faith are not solipsism people, solipsists, First and foremost, this is you. Humbled. Being of service. Being of service to the world. Why is it so high level? I don't know. I wish that I could talk to you guys about like your boyfriends and, your bank accounts and, potentially you might get a phone. Like, I wish I could talk about the mundane kind of stuff, but I don't know. My soul is like, you got to talk about the high level stuff because all the other stuff doesn't matter. But you, okay, this is a card of Virgo, and Virgo is the sign or the archetype that represents service. We are in Aquarius season, so there's the humanity quality there. So they're both coming online. Virgo and Aquarius, service. And, I have another deck here. I don't have it out on my desk. I have two. I like to put my High Priestess cards out while I'm reading tarot. I have High Priestess and the Queen of Swords from my Tarot of Delphi deck. Or Delphi, I think. I put these here to just sort of guide me. They're the cards that I connect with the most in the tarot. And in that deck, the Knight of Coins is actually a potter. He makes ceramics. And in the image of that card, he has a tray with different pots with like food and things in it. And he's walking up the stairs to help someone. He makes the pots to prepare, to do the things, to make the money, but it's all being filtered through him to help somebody else. I feel like I should pull that deck out, but I'm not going to waste you guys' time. But that's kind of the essence of this knight here. On the other hand, it can also be someone else coming into your life. It can be someone new because it's a knight, someone you don't know, or it could be the return of someone as well. If it is the return of someone with all these cards coming out, please know that one, you are in a position of providing value to this person, which is why they are being drawn to you again in the first place, or being drawn to return. And two, the connection is going to be really different. Really, really different. And it could be friendships, right? Moving into the realm of friendship from a romantic situation, or it could be friendship moving in from romantic to friendship, or from friendship into romantic. I think the essence of the connection is going to be revised. The desire quality, don't forget, if this desire is still burning in you to be with this person, there's probably still something left that you have not learned yet. I don't want you to be going back to destructive relationships, but a Knight of Pentacles is coming out very non-threatening. Okay? Don't, oh, Jane says to get, no, like, you gotta be smart about it. But there's a change. There's an evolution happening here for sure. See it the way you want it to be, and very likely it will be something similar to that, if not better. Two of Wands is a visualization, a card of visualization, picturing your end goal, picturing what it is you ultimately, are trying to do, trying to accomplish. And the 10 of Cups is like, yeah, it's going to work out just fine. There's success and love. Yes, romantic love, sure. Family love, sure. Friendship, absolutely. All of those are a possibility. Okay? And I do feel that you because I'm putting these in the square the way I do. And with the Two of Wands, looking at the Knight of Coins, okay, how do you see them? You see them differently, yeah? Their space in your life is changing the way your space in the cosmos is changing too. Well, it's not changing. It's becoming more like it's becoming substantive. It's becoming substantial. Something's going on. Let's see what else. We'll look at the Knight of Pentacles though and get more information when we pull the clarifiers. I'll put the camera down in just a second. Strength reversed. Three of Pentacles reversed. Either one, Strength reversed absolutely is a card of removing and ejecting yourself from the ego. Two, it's kind of like on top, right? Like this. And the first thing that came to my mind is this person makes you feel weak. Maybe you are feeling weak in general. Please know that's not really the case. That is only your perception. Because when the Hierophant and Chariot come out together, side by side like this, because the soul's not weak. Maybe your mind is, maybe your ego is, but your soul isn't. So if your soul's driving, it doesn't matter. If this person makes you feel weak, maybe that's something, maybe that's part of the learning experience for you. Why? Why does this person or the situation take your power? Why does this person bring out this yearning? Three of Coins reversed. There could be some communication issues. We are going to be making our way into a Mercury retrograde here in the next few weeks in Pisces. So things could be a little bit strange. Maybe organization of things. It could bring out a haziness to like where this is going. Don't worry about that. That's maybe something that you're going to need to let go. Where is this going? What is the outcome here? Day by day, one thing at a time, whatever is being presented to you, deal with that one thing only. Don't worry too much about what's going on in the future, okay? You can picture the future, but don't try to time it. Don't try to pace it. It's not your job. No one succeeds at that. That's a fool's errand. Okay, I'm going to put the camera down now. I'm going to pull 3 more cards for the first layer, and then we'll pull the clarifiers as well. Okay, so let's see here. And we'll flip this around as well so you can see. Okay, a little better. Oops, first deck first. 3 more. What did I say about it being a little bit weird? Full reversed. Okay. I know you're going to feel very cautious. You're going to feel cautious because you're focusing a little bit too much on the reward or the result. And I don't think that's not the name of the game here. I said this with Cancer, maybe another sign. It's kind of like trying to get the heat out of the fire before you ever put the wood on. You got to put the wood in the fire first. And that is just kind of time, you know? The moon reverse, there's 2 moons coming out here, moon and star, which suggests that there is a darkness around here. But whenever there's a darkness, you know that the sun is coming, especially when the moon is reversed. It's like the moon's set. You're actually probably in that weird time, like in the dawn, before the sun comes up, before it breaks over the horizon. And it's just kind of that grayish light. That's kind of what I'm feeling. You're in this space of grayish light. You're not in the darkness, because I think you kind of do know what's going on. You kind of know, like there is clarity here. But it's not like fully formulated. Maybe that this 2 of Wands might be a little bit challenging. Maybe some of you really want to incorporate this person into your future or whatever, but you're like, I just don't know, like, one, if that's what they want to be. If you're sitting here questioning what this person wants, just put yourself in check a little bit, because it doesn't really matter. If you want to have a good relationship with this person, that's what you can have. That's what you should be manifesting if that's what you want. If you don't, and you need, and you need more space, well, then that's what you should manifest, because that's probably what's going to happen. This person is mutable. They're coming out as mutable earth. So they're kind of here to stay, but they're also really flexible. And if you need them to leave, they can leave too. I don't think you guys are going to ask them to leave, but the relationship is seemingly a bit delicate right now. It's a little delicate. It's a little, kind of there's still some caution being exhibited here, very likely on their part as well as yours. It's going both ways. There's a little bit of tension, I feel, here. But I think you're both really hoping for the best. This is what both of you guys really want. But don't worry about like getting married and having babies. That's the Ace of Coins. It's just the one day at a time type of deal. Neither one of you is really ready to take a leap into the abyss here. And I also know that you're very aware that there's bigger picture things going on. And it's not just about this. This is life path type stuff. This is just an immediate thing that's happening in the moment right now. And take it or leave it, this stuff is still going to be in motion. Let's pull the clarifiers. Let's clarify the Knight of Coins first. Got a whole bunch. Okay. For the Knight of Coins, Death, Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups, Chariot, Three of Coins reversed, and the Empress. A lot to talk about. They make you feel weak. They are in a position of power here a little bit, but not because they're trying to exert power over you, simply because I think of the way they make you feel. That's all. Simply because of the way they make you feel. Let's look at the Eight of Cups. Okay. Six of Wands, Eight of Coins. Let's look at the Chariot. Got the Chariot twice. There's resistance to this surrender. There's a lot of resistance to the surrender. Okay. Let's look at the Hierophant. Seven of Wands. Why fighting this? Why is this happening? What are there feelings of insecurity floating around right now? Is that what's happening? There's no indication that needs to be present. Let's look at the Star. Queen of Wands. You guys know I always make such a mess with the cards, but okay. Okay. I'm actually loving that in spite of the swords. I'm loving it. Let's look at Strength reversed. There's so much anticipation around this connection or this conversation or, whatever. There's too much thinking, I think. Okay, I have to clarify all of these. Yeah, it's definitely someone from the past or someone that you have a standing, you have a standing order with them. So much to talk about, you guys. Okay. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. I feel like selling snake oil with this sometimes. I'm like, oh yes, this is a great reading, and then we pull the clarifiers, and it's like, boom, all this crazy stuff comes out. Okay, well that's fine. It's not going to be for everybody, so I'm going to leave you guys with that. There's so much to talk about, though. So if you guys want to join me on the website for the comprehensive, please feel free. The link will be down below. Thank you guys so much for everything. Excuse me. And that's it. Have an amazing February, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.